last year when they did this ban, there was this organization in town called Clout.
Cloud, yeah.
Clout is a bunch of congregations that get together, but they do public issues. They were doing this initiative called Ban the Box.
Ban the box?
Ban the Box. So that's if you have to put on the front of the application, whether or not you've ever been arrested or convicted of a crime.
Yeah.
And so what happens then is if people check that, then they just look at the front of it and toss it out. And so people never actually, you take that and put it on the inside.
Oh, so if you check it, they won't look at your...
They won't look at you any further. And so the mayor was fine with the city following those procedures, but to require businesses to do it, he was threatening to veto. Well, they had the meeting down at the city council where big showing, and they went back and forth, and they got a 26-0. The next day, the mayor came out and said, "Well, this just proves that we're Compassion City." It was something that he had opposed until the day before.
Yeah.
I'm confused. He opposed the...
He was opposing requiring city contractors to be covered by this initiative.
So city contractors would have to check the box?
No, they would have to take the box off the front of the...
Oh, that's a good thing, no?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
But not for private business.
But he wasn't, for city contractors, didn't want them to be forced to until
Then he changed his mind.
Then he changed his mind, and then he was hawking it the next day in the news media as evidence that Louisville was the Compassion City.
He seems like a guy who has his convictions and is...
Oh, I'm not.
Is
I'm not.
Yeah.
I was just saying that.
But that's just politics in general.
No, that's just politics in general.
That happens in my own company. I'm for something until everyone's against it, and then if the whole team is against it, I have to be against it. I mean, that's sort of, doesn't that sort of...
Yeah, that's what we voted for.
Yeah, leadership, I think, requires you some time to, negate your own personal feelings.
Well, of course,
But as a
that's
politician, like, where should you stand on that? I think you should stand with the people.
Oh no, I just thought that it was interesting that it shifted from something he was opposing to something that then became a part of his larger, because the mayor has been promoting, the idea that Louisville is a compassionate city.
Do you think we're a compassionate city?
I think in some ways we are, and in particular, earlier I talked about these community ministries that sprang up, all over the city,
Yeah.
as an example of that.